the Goodyear 400 from Darlington. It was a wild one. We had a wild one. Just a crazy race. We saw a little bit of everything. We saw one car dominate for a lot of the race. We saw some interesting pit strategy shake up the race, and then we saw a green-white checkered at the end. Let's dive in to what happened at the Goodyear 400. Starting with stage one, did not take long for action to occur, and it was Kyle Larson spinning to bring out the first caution early on in the race, lap four. Big damage for the five car. That great Terry Labonte throwback paint scheme was tarnished almost immediately. Larson's chances of winning were done after that. Obviously, the damaged vehicle policy is a little bit different this year. So the five goes to the garage, but he's able to return to the track later in the race. We'll talk about that more later on. Larson and Hocevar had a rough stage one. He spins to bring out the second caution. And then he spins to bring out the third caution. He kind of got pinched up into Riley Herbst. He was racing William Byron to try to get one of his laps back. Seen a few takes on this, whether Hocevar, should have been racing Byron that hard. I don't blame him for trying to get his lap back. Herbst is obviously the victim in this, whether you think that Hocevar was pinched up by Byron or Hocevar just kind of misjudged the situation. Here's the thing. Larson and Hocevar is not going to get any slack from the field. Just because of the way he's raced so far this year. A lot of drivers have already talked about it. People race you the way you race them. And so I don't think Hocevar is going to get any slack. But anyways, yeah, that's two cautions in stage one brought out by Hocevar. Not a good day for him. William Byron led every lap of stage one and wins the stage. Really interesting stage one. I mean, we saw some comers and goers throughout this. Saw how, some guys had fall off due to the tires and managing their equipment throughout this. We'll talk more about that. Stage two went green until the first cycle of green flag pit stops, where Brad Keselowski has an issue. A loose wheel nut comes off. He kind of half spins. NASCAR decides not to throw the caution in the moment, but they do throw the caution 3 laps later with the wheel nut still out on the track. A really interesting decision by NASCAR in this case. I just feel like if you see the incident, you see the wheel nut come off, that's going to be out there on the track somewhere. And if you're going to eventually have to throw the caution anyway, I don't see how it takes 3 laps to make that decision. But that's just the way it shook out. The field was completely jumbled because, again, that was in the midst of green flag pit stops. Byron retained the lead as he had not pitted yet. Some drivers lost a ton of track position. Bubba Wallace was one of those. Others gained track position due to the circumstances. Denny Hamlin was one of the biggest benefiters. I think he was running 19th at the end of stage one, a little bit mired back in the pack in traffic. But thanks to this caution, he's up at the front and was able to retain track position after getting that. But again, Byron wins stage two. Super dominant through the first 2 stages of these races. Stage 3 got underway and, again, didn't take long for action to kick off. Tyler Reddick kind of pinched up into Josh Berry. Josh Berry's not able to save it. He gets the inside wall, sets it up to where there's 1 stop remaining going into the final stage. And this was the strategy play that really affected the race. William Byron stays out there a little bit longer than some drivers. So Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Joey Logano all came out ahead of William Byron after this cycle of green flag pit stops. Meanwhile, you had other guys who stayed out longer get fresher tires. So Blaney was one of the last guys to pit. He had the freshest tires. Byron's car didn't seem to be as good once he lost the lead. And Blaney, just watching him carve his way through the field to get up to Tyler Reddick and pass him for the lead was incredible. Just the way Blaney was able to set up so many passes, really diamonding the corner in 3 and 4. That 12 car was extremely fast in the long run, and we saw it play out. But he does eventually pass Tyler Reddick. Unfortunately, none of that mattered because as soon as he passes Tyler Reddick, Reddick gets into the wall. Kyle Larson, who's, again, back out on the track due to the new damaged vehicle policy that NASCAR implemented this year, checks up, and Bubba Wallace is right behind the 5. No time to react, and the 5 goes for his second spin off of turn 2 of the day, impacts the inside wall, brings out the caution, sets up a green-white checkered. With this long green flag run, everybody comes down pit road for tires, and it's Denny Hamlin who wins the race off pit road. Now, I want to talk about this because Denny Hamlin's pit crew has been excellent this year. One of the things that they've been highlighting is the Jackman for the 11 team. As he goes from the right side of the car changing tires to the left side with the Jack, he does this nifty little behind the back move to pass the Jack, just to save him a little bit of time. And Denny Hamlin's pit crew did have the fastest stop. I believe it was 9.4 seconds. Wins him the race off pit road, gives him control of the restart for the green-white checkered. And from there, Denny Hamlin was just able to dominate. He got out front, got a great restart, and they were battling behind him. Nobody came close to him. Denny Hamlin wins for the second race in a row. A lot of momentum for that 11 team. Had that great Carl Edwards throwback paint scheme on there. Really cool to see. Thankfully, we did not see a backflip from Denny Hamlin because I don't think that would have turned out well. I know Carl Edwards was trying to pressure him to give that backflip a whirl if he did win. I think I speak for everyone when I say we're thankful that that Denny Hamlin did not attempt that. But one funny thing that did happen in that post-race interview, I was laughing incredibly hard at Denny Hamlin thanking Kyle Larson for bringing out that caution at the end that gave him the opportunity to win. The race fans in attendance at Darlington were not as thankful. When Denny Hamlin thanked Kyle Larson, they decided to boo, which was just a great moment. I mean, Hamlin is just a great heel right now in NASCAR between the flag last week and thanking Larson this week. Great stuff. NASCAR needs guys to root against, and I think the fans have kind of made their opinions known on the driver of the 11. But again, big momentum going into next week at Bristol. Again, the short track product has not been great in the next gen car. I don't have super high hopes for the race next week, but I'm excited to see how it turns out. Obviously, last year we had the wild turn of events with the tire wear. Don't think we'll see something like that this week. I don't think you'll see like how drivers manage their tires last year play a big role in this race. Either way, though, can't wait to see the race play out. Stay tuned into Apollo for all your NASCAR coverage from the Bayou City, and we'll catch you next week.